welcome back to another Sunday video. And as you can see by the title, today's topic is going to be shadow work / healing. Healing, shadow work, however I decide to phrase it in the title. We're going to do some shadow work healing, right? As you know, I am spiritual. This is my second Sunday doing this, and I think this is going to go like really well. I really enjoy this because I feel like it gets to tap me more into like a deeper part of myself, which is like the spiritual part of myself. I get to share what I've learned on my spiritual journey with you guys, and hopefully from what you learned on your spiritual journey plus what I learned on mine, you can kind of combine both and grow even more than you have already grown, right? So the first topic of today, wait, before we start, bestie, make sure you go grab your tea, because don't forget, it's morning tea with Layla Alina. This ain't no other type of tea. This is morning tea, healing tea, spiritual tea. Okay, baby, we gonna do some different type of tea. Okay, I got green tea this time. In this moment, I like the feeling of the tea slowly going down my body, warming me with the hint of honey for antibiotic. I ain't got no disease or nothing, but honey is a good antibiotic, just to let you guys know. So like when you have like swollen throat or something like that, or when your throat feels real itchy, get a spoon of organic honey, eat that. It'll soothe it right off the bat. It'll soothe it, it'll feel real good, and over time you'll start to feel better. Just 1 teaspoon of honey will do the job. Okay, let's get into the first topic: how to forgive yourself and others. Okay, so I kind of struggled with this. More so forgiving myself and some others, I struggle with this. So first off, we're gonna figure out, how can I forgive myself? And I say start with forgiving yourself, because everything starts within you. So if you can start with forgiving yourself and then start forgiving others, then I highly recommend that. So to forgive yourself, what I did back in this, always go back to 2020, 2021, right? I did not like my mother at all. Nope. You couldn't even pay me to sit in the same room as her at all. You could not. And that went for like a lot of other people, but it was mostly her. We had our issue, and you couldn't even pay me. I did not like her at all. No, not even a little bit. Not at all. But like, it just hurt so much holding on to that resentment towards her. Like, it was just hurting myself. It wasn't hurting nobody else but me, that I did not like her. And it was just tearing me down. And when I realized, like, I'll wake up crying, I'll be mad at the world, I'll have an attitude, like, and I didn't want to be like that. And then like when I met girls that reminded me of my mama, oh no, I automatically just like, I don't like you. But that didn't affect nobody but me, because it ruined potential friendships, and it put me in this energy of being negative and not really opening myself up to the possibility of even trying to understand where she was coming from when certain things took place, right? But one day, I don't know if y'all watched my video way back, I was living inside this youth shelter, and the director of the program, I still talk to him to this day. I'm actually in one of his programs now, but he will come in the house every morning, 6 o'clock on the dot. I will hear it in my sleep, and he will blast gospel music. He will blast gospel music. And one day he heard me crying in my room, so he knocks on the door, and I'm like, yeah. He said, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. He said, it's okay, you can tell me. And I tell him, and he said, But do you forgive her? I just looked at him. And he was like, you know, it's okay if you don't. I was like, have you forgiven yourself? And I said, for what? For what you did. Have you forgiven yourself for what you did? And I kind of just sat there quiet because it's like, I haven't really forgiven myself for what I've done. Like, I lost my virginity to somebody that I shouldn't have, and I did not forgive myself. I actually really despised myself for it. I used to have like this disgusting feeling towards myself for that. But I was really just looking for love in all the wrong places, and places that I wanted my parents to give me that love, but they never did. So I did not like my mama for that, because she was mad at me for going to go look for the love that I wanted from them. So it was just like, I don't like you for that because you don't understand me, but I don't like myself because why would I do that? And that made me think, right? That had me think. He told me to pray about it. So I did. I prayed about it, and like, you know, I asked God, just take this pain away from me. And he did. But you want to know how he did it though? He did it to the point where I kept fighting with my mama. I kept arguing with her. And then he sent people in my life to tell me how they lost their parents and couldn't, you know, couldn't talk to them again. And a part of me was like, good, I wouldn't care. But I did care. I cared a lot. I cared a lot, tremendously. I cared because I'm a caring person, you know. And I just kept seeing these quotes on Instagram. You know, one thing about God, he gonna send them signs, okay? And I just kept seeing these, and I just kept seeing these quotes on Instagram about forgiving people, forgiving yourself. So I journaled. And when I journaled about what I did, who I gave my body to, why they didn't deserve my body, and how much I need to forgive myself because I was lost. I didn't understand. I needed love and was not looking within. I was looking outside because I felt like that love was supposed to come from somebody else and not me. And I boohoo cried. Like, I boohoo cried because I knew I was just lost. As a kid, I was lost, and nobody noticed how lost I was, how much I just wanted to be loved by my family, by my mother, by my father. I wanted to feel the love. You can tell me you love me, but I wanted to feel it. So I looked for somebody else to make me feel it. But then God showed me in many dreams, many signs, that it was me all along, that I needed to love myself. He showed and told me that my parents don't love themselves to the capacity to where they can love others properly, because they don't love themselves properly. And if they can't love themselves properly, they cannot love me properly. And yes, I was young, but that's something big I had to take on for myself. But God knew I had the strength and the courage to do it. So he put me in a position to take care of myself, to love myself, to nurture myself back to health. He put me in a position to heal my heart, because he knew how much I needed it and how much I needed to forgive myself. And once I started to forgive myself and understand that I really just needed somebody to love me, I'm like, I just hugged myself. I was like, everything's going to be okay. I love you, Layla. And that was like in a beginning to the abundance of love I've never thought. Like, I forgave myself for not showing myself the love that I deserved. And and it's crazy because I really did not forgive myself at that time. I didn't, because I feel like I was wrong. And although I played a part in what I did, I was not wrong, honestly. And I had to stop blaming people. Like, I stopped. I don't even blame the guy, because God knows what type of trauma or what type of mental illness that made him feel like it was okay and made him have this attraction towards younger girls. And the the mental capacity to be able to manipulate somebody that's younger, fragile, and really uneducated on what they're getting into. Somebody like that has most likely been through a tremendous amount of trauma that they did not heal from, and that they will always struggle to heal from because of the things that they continue to do, right? So I just forgave myself. Then I started to forgive him. Then I started to understand my mom. But it was some stuff that I didn't understand because she used to do weird, I'm gonna just say weird things, because I don't really want to get into that. But she used to do things that she did to me when I was a virgin. The things that she did when she found out that I wasn't a virgin, she was already doing. It was just like 5 times worse because now she just confirmed herself. But it just made it worse for me. And it kind of took me a long time to really forgive my mama because I still didn't understand. Like, even when I didn't lose my virginity, you always treated me like this. So what is the problem? What is it? And it made me angry, y'all. It made me so fucking angry because I did not understand how come. Like, I just still couldn't get to the part of forgiving her. Like, I forgave myself. I understand that I was lost, I was confused, and I needed love. I understand that. I understand that he probably went through some type of trauma in his life that led him to do that. But I couldn't see the same thing for my mama because I just feel like, I'm your child. Like, how can you do that to your child? How can a mother, you gave birth to me, you breastfed me, you watched me grow into the person I am today. How can you do that to somebody like that? How can you do that to somebody you watched grow up? How can you do that to somebody you gave life to? And how can you just take away that life from within them? Not physically, but spiritually. How can you try to take away that life from within them? How could you? But that's your child. And God amped up the pressure. He said, you don't want to understand? I'm going to make you understand. I'm going to show you understand. I used to dream about like the craziest shit ever between me and my mom. Something happening to her. And it makes me like concerned. Maybe I should check up on her. I didn't. Another dream. Maybe I should check up on her. I didn't. I text my sister though. That was the first step. I text my sister, Mommy, okay? Yeah, okay. Alright. Tell her I said, hey. That was the first step. Going through my sister. I probably should never did that, and I'm sorry to my sister for putting her in between that, but she was the vessel between us. And I know the amount of love that we have for her wouldn't ever disappear. So I knew that if I was to have my sister tell my mom, it'd be okay. And then talking to people about like what I was going through. My first driver's ed instructor, she told me how she had this ongoing situation with her parents, and she never got the chance to fix it. She never had the chance to fix it. She was not talking to them for some time. So when I first got to Job Corps and I was in her class, I was not talking to my parents like that. On and off with my dad, I was not talking to my mom. And when she told me that kind of like, it made me cry because it's like, if I was to lose my parents today, and I haven't had the chance to really just talk to them about how things hurt me, what they did affected me, we wouldn't be able to really move past it. Still to this day, we never got the chance to really fully talk about it because, I don't know, we never really still got that chance to fully talk about it. But over time, it became something that was briefly talked about. It wasn't genuinely talked about, but it's something that I'm slowly forgiving and understanding, like, If we don't talk about it, if you don't apologize, like I became okay with not receiving an apology, a genuine apology. I became okay with not receiving a genuine apology because I started to just forgive. I don't know what the hell you've been through growing up as a child to make you even want to treat your daughter like this, or choose to put your daughter in a situation like this. But I forgive you. I don't know what your past before me consists of. No matter what you tell me, it could be some stuff that you never told me. And I forgave. But I forgave, but I never forgot. So I learned to love them from a distance. I learned to love them from a distance. I forgive you, but I will never forget. And in order so I can fully heal myself, I need my space. And I communicated that with my mother and my father, because at that time me and my father had a falling out. So I communicated that with both of them, and I forgive them, but I need my space to heal. And that's the thing about forgiveness. Like, you can forgive somebody, you know, and you can really wholeheartedly, you know, forgive, but that memory will always be there. And to really fully move past that, you can forgive somebody and never allow them access into your life, and that is okay. Or you can forgive someone and love them from a distance, especially pertaining to family members, mamas, aunties, uncles, cousins. You can forgive what they done to you and love them from a distance. You do not have to give them full access back into your life. If you want them to work to that over time, then that is okay. But if that's something like you just want to love them from a distance, you want to forgive them, but you want to keep your distance to keep yourself safe, that is okay. It is nothing wrong with that. It is 100% okay to want to love somebody from a distance after they've hurt you. Yes, you have forgiven them for the hurt, because you may never know what hurt them that led them to hurt you, because hurt people hurt people. And when you understand that, forgiving becomes kind of easier, because you understand that I don't know what you're going through in your life. I don't know what you've been through in your life for you to project this type of anger and hatred towards me. But to kill it, I'm going to kill it with forgiveness and love, because why would I reciprocate that same energy and we're not going to get nothing out of it but more hatred and anger towards each other? That's not going to hurt nobody but me, and it's probably won't even hurt you, but your own anger will hurt you, and my own anger will hurt me. Not my anger will not hurt you, and your anger will not hurt me, if you get what I'm saying. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It'll click to you, right? But yeah, so forgiveness is key. You can forgive somebody, but you do not have to allow them back into your life. And that was the first thing I learned on my healing journey while doing shadow work, right? Forgiveness is key. You can forgive. You don't have to forget and sweep it under the rug, but you can love that person from a distance to protect your energy in your heart. Topic number 2, letting go of the past. So I know it's kind of like, okay, you want me to forgive, but I don't have to forget, but you want me to let go of the past? How that makes sense? But let me get into it. Right, so letting go of the past, right? It's moving forward. You will never forget what you're going through or what you went through, but letting go is basically just you moving forward from it, and you not being stuck in that energy. Like, yeah, I forgive you, but I will never forget, and I will always think about it. No. Do not always think about it, because you are only hurting yourself. It is not hurting them from you thinking about it. It is hurting you. And you have to let it go. Tea break. How that worked for me is when it was time to... I'm looking at the spider and I'm wondering if it's indoor or outdoor. I don't know. I'm going to kill that bit though. I'm going to kill that bit. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, for me, letting go of the past Still to this day, there's moments that kind of make me remember what happened, but I don't prolong that memory and let it dictate my emotions, because I have let it go. And that's what I mean when I say let go of the past. Like, when you think of a time where you were hurt and you have forgiven that person, those emotions from that hurt should not resurface. I mean, and they may resurface, and that is okay also. That is okay also if it resurfaces. But having control over your emotions to not let it resurface is a form of letting go of what happened, because shit happens. I'm not going to say it is what it is, but it is what it is. And it is going to be what it is. It's never going to be what it was supposed to be. It's going to be what it is. Right? And when you come to the terms of understanding, like, you know, that is something I don't have control over, you'll become okay with a lot of things that were sent to destroy you, that you have forgiven. You just let it go. Like, you know what? That hurt my feelings. And although I forgave them, and sometimes do pop in the back of my mind what happened, I don't want this to really, like, I don't want to hold on to that. Like, I don't want to hold on to that energy, because it's heavy. It is very heavy. You start to feel so, like, on your shoulders start to feel so droopy, and you get tired and you become exhausted with the world. But when you let it go and you just like, I do not want it. Like, I do not want to hold on to that anymore. Like, I don't want to carry that. Like, I don't want to carry it no more. And you just life starts to feel so much better. Life starts to feel so much better. And I'm telling you, it starts to feel amazing. It starts to feel amazing, because it's like, no more, you're no more holding on to that hurt. You're no more holding on to that grief, that sadness, that pain. That's also a form of forgiveness. You can forgive somebody by letting go of the situation. You killed two birds with one stone. You know what? I forgive you. I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to let the situation go with peace, because I no longer want to carry this within me. I no longer want to carry this within my heart, within my spirit. I want to let it go. Ask God to remove it. Pray to God. God has been, let me tell y'all something. I might be spiritual. I may manifest. I may use crystals. I might sage. I might incense. But one thing about it, I'm going to pray to God, baby. I grew up in a Christian household. I'm going to pray to God. I may not be fluent in the Bible, but I'm going to pray to God. I'm going to ask God to remove whatever is hurting me, whatever is holding me away from me. God, give me the strength to let it go. God, give me the strength to pass on my strength that you gave me of letting things go on to people that are watching this video right now in this moment. Give me that strength to give you that strength to let it go, right? And if you don't believe in God, whatever you believe in, ask them to remove it from your life. I'm not here to shame nobody from their belief system, because what you believe in is your beliefs. I cannot change that. I cannot dictate that, and I cannot shame you for it. I could never be judgmental. God don't judge me, so I can't judge you. You feel me? Because I'm not perfect. I'm not. I do tarot readings. I heard in the Bible that's bad. I heard from other people it's not. I don't know, but I do it. I love God though. I don't do witchcraft. I know about it. I'm aware, but I don't do it. I love God, baby. I love God. I love God. He took me through the storm. He held my hand through the storm, through all my trials and tribulations. He held my hand and lifted me up. Baby, when I say God is the key to all this, you really just gotta pray, 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 pray. When you pray about it, he will remove it. But don't think you're not the only one in the world praying. So sometimes he might make you wait a little bit. Be patient. Patience is key. Be patient. He gonna remove it. Your blessing is next. Give him a moment. He gonna remove that pain from your life. He gonna help you let it go. He gonna show you ways on how to let it go. Don't ignore the signs. Don't ignore the signs. He not just gonna magically, no, he gonna send them signs. He gonna send his angels down to send you some signs. Listen to those signs and let it go. Let it go, honey. This is your sign. Let it go. Forgive them. Oh, my battery going dead, y'all. I gotta change the battery. But before I change the battery and switch on to the next topic, let it go. You don't have to be okay with the situation, but don't let it continue to hurt you. Don't keep holding on to that hurt. Don't keep hurting yourself. Let it go. Forgive yourself. Cry, scream, journal, cry, scream, journal, paint, write, whatever it takes to let it go. You let it go, friend, because why keep hurting yourself? It's not hurting nobody but you. I love you, God loves you, and you need to love you by letting it go. Be okay with the not okay, because everything is going to be okay. Topic 3, which is something you heard me say throughout the whole video. Journaling. Journaling, 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 journaling. Shadow work prompts, journaling prompts, shadow work journaling prompts it's not an essential to your shadow work healing, because there's other ways that you can do shadow work healing, but my number one favorite is journaling. As I said in the last video, journaling has helped me with self-love, self-care. It has helped me with my shadow work as well. Journaling helps you express those deep down emotions that you try not to let resurface, that you hold in a box, right? So when you journal about what you've been through, what has hurt you, what has tried to break you, you're able to express those emotions and let it out. You're able to let it out, let it go, to get that weight off your shoulders, which is a part of letting go. You know what I'm saying? Because all these topics correlate with each other. And journal, like, if you don't want to tell that person, hey, I forgive you, write a letter to them. I wrote which is funny, I wrote a letter to my mom. I wrote a letter to her. She has never received it. She don't even know what the letter consists of. She don't know what it says. She don't even know it exists. Unless she watches this video, then she'll know it exists. But I wrote a letter. I told her how I felt. I told her how she made me feel. I told her what she did that fucked up my life, but God gave me strength to fix it. You know what I'm saying? I wrote all that down. I did not leave not one curse word out, because that's how I talk, and I'm just blunt like that. I did not leave not one detail out. I did not leave not one hurtful thing that she said or did to me out. I said everything imaginable, from back to when I can remember as a child. I said it and I expressed myself. Oh my God, rereading that letter, well, when was the last time I reread it? I think that was sometime last year. I cried, but it was tears of joy because I did it. I wrote about it and I let it go, and I forgave her, and we are on speaking terms as of right now. We speak. I spent some time with her. I love her. I don't not love her. I do not love her. I mean, I love her. Yeah, I get what the fuck I'm trying to say. Anyways, yeah, so I love my mother. That would not change, but the hurt that she caused me wouldn't change either. So I changed the way I messed with her. I loved her from a distance until I was ready to let her back into my life. That happened slowly over time. All this stuff took place in 2020. It is 2023, damn near going on 2024, and we are barely starting to get back in good standing. And it's gonna be 2024. I'm gonna be 20 in probably like 5 months. All this stuff happened when I was 16, and I'm barely getting back into good standing point. So it happens over time. But with journaling and learning how to let go and express how you feel and truly, truly, truly forgiving yourself in that person, it happens. But you got to be patient with your journey on shadow work. You got to be patient on your journey of healing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to be patient with that, because if you don't, you're just gonna be stuck in that same cycle of hurt, and it's never ending, and it'll put you in positions that you ain't never seen yourself in. And I'm talking about negative positions. You never get anything good out of being hurt and victimizing yourself your whole life. You never get anything good out of it. And I've watched multiple people, without saying names, get stuck in that energy of hurt from their past, projected onto their present and their future, and they're stuck in some shitty situations because they have not healed and worked on themselves to forgive themselves and the things that they've been through, because they would rather play victim and be helpless than help themselves. Right? They don't want to help themselves, because helping themselves means they have to face themselves. And some people cannot face themselves because they do not forgive themselves for what the things that they've done. And if a lot of people was to face themselves, and I don't want to make it a high percentage, probably like 60% of the population would 9 times out of 10 go into a deep depression because of the things that they did, if they was to face themselves without forgiving themselves. If you do not forgive yourself before you face yourself, you're going to fall into a deep depression. Want to know why? Because when you face yourself and you look back at all the shit that you've done and you know it was wrong, it'll make you... Where did that... I think the spider was on the outside. It was on the outside because it's gone now. And I don't see it in here. I'm going to kill that hoe if it come over here, because my plant's right here and it's probably trying to make some cobwebs and shit. Let me find out. Anyways, but yeah, you're gonna fall into that deep depression. I mean, some people may not, because when they face themselves, they're gonna understand. They're gonna have that. If you can understand yourself when you face yourself, you could understand why you did the things that you did, and you can understand, you know, I can move forward from this. I just need to face myself and forgive myself. Then when you face yourself, it won't be an issue. But if you do not understand and you cannot forgive yourself when you face yourself, that's going to dig you into a deeply dark hole that you will repeatedly revisit because it's traumatic and you cannot unsee it unless you forgive yourself and learn to let it go. Next topic. Our next topic is facing yourself. You see how I foreshadowed that? You see it. You see it. Don't act like you don't. Anyways, facing yourself. Oh my gosh. This is a big one. Okay. I'm gonna tell you all how I faced myself. Shadow work. So, growing up as a kid, when I was in elementary, boys used to bully me, call me ugly, pick on me. I was called a bop in the 5th grade. I don't even know. At that time, I did not even know what that was until I got to middle school and I figured it out. The same guy that called me that in elementary was the same guy in middle school that low-key was trying to hunch on me. So, I was bullied a lot in elementary. Like, a lot in elementary. Like, guys used to try to bully me. I fought guys in elementary. I fought guys in middle school. And it made me kind of not like myself to the point where I didn't feel like I was enough. I didn't feel beautiful. I felt ugly. Inside and out. I thought I was hideous. I thought being tall with my big feet was ugly. You know, I thought my toes was ugly. I thought my toes was ugly, you know. I thought my smile was ugly. I thought my face was ugly. I thought my hair was ugly. I thought everything about myself was fucking ugly because of some guys in elementary school and that mocked me, called me ugly. I was one of those kids who did not have it all growing up. Still to this day I don't, but I make it look good. Okay, I carry myself well. You would never know about anything I've been through because of the way I carry myself, right? But moral of the story, I always felt like I was ugly. I got to middle school, all the girls would call me pretty. I was like, I grew up with boys, so I would always hang out with boys. So I was so unused to being with a gang of girls and they were calling me pretty. Like, oh my god, you're so pretty and tall. They called me the pretty tall girl. The pretty tall girl. You're so pretty and tall. Like, I will always get that compliment, but I always felt like they was lying because I didn't believe in myself. Like, I didn't see myself as that. Like, I was just like, thank you, so are you. And I thought they were drop dead gorgeous. I thought they were drop dead gorgeous, and they were calling me pretty, and I just felt like, okay, you're just trying to be nice, but it's okay. And with that, I never really looked at myself in the mirror for too long. I never really like took pictures like that. Sometimes I did, like if it was like a Snapchat filter or something. I used to use the fuck out of Snapchat filters. Like, that's when I take a picture of myself, when I had a filter on, because I felt like I was ugly. 7th grade year come, my confidence started to go up a little bit. I started doing my own hair, and I started to feel like, okay, I'm pretty. Because from all these people telling me I'm pretty, somebody was lying. Like, somebody had to be lying. But then when I started to do my hair, and I started to feel pretty, I started to kind of look at myself in the mirror like, you're pretty, Layla. And I feel like they kind of embedded that into my head. I feel like God put them into my life to help me see how beautiful I am inside and out. Like, I am beautiful. I am beautiful. Layla, you are beautiful. You that are watching this, you are beautiful. We are beautiful. Inside and out, we are beautiful. And let's say when it got 9th grade year, okay, I started to think me wearing, you know, certain clothes and having certain shoes and having a specific hairstyle was what made me cute, right? That's what I started to think, because when I got to middle school, like 7th, 8th grade, I was doing my own hair. So I thought, you know, my hair is what made me cute. What I was wearing, I thought what I was wearing was making me cute. I thought all that made me cute, you know? And then I started this saying, like, the outfit don't wear you, you wear it. But I never really understood what I was saying until now. Until now that I'm older, now that I face myself, now I understand what that means. But when people used to be like, oh, should I wear this? And I used to go, you know, the outfit don't wear you, you wear it. And that boosted their confidence. But I wasn't realizing what I was saying. You know, that is an affirmation. That is affirmations. When you feel like the outfit make you look good, no, honey. The outfit don't wear you, you wear it. Okay, you make it look good. It do not make you look good, right? And then my 10th grade year, I started breaking out with acne. And I'm like, fuck, like, am I ugly? I'm ugly all over again. And I just felt fucking bad about myself. But I always made sure my hair was did. Always had on eyelashes. Make sure my clothes looked decent, or what I had on just made me look good and feel good. And I thought that would make me beautiful. And I thought that made me beautiful for a really long time, until I got older. And I really looked at myself. I think this is when we went into quarantine. And after I had this horrible breakup, I really looked at myself after breaking down, praying to God, and crying. I had my natural hair in an afro, and I had acne all over my face. I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, Layla, you are beautiful. Well, I said, because I gotta look at y'all, because I was looking over there because I see the like butterflies and stuff flying around. I looked at myself and I said, Layla, you are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are gorgeous inside and out. your smile, your teeth, your eyes, your hair, your face. Everything about you is beautiful. And I cried. Like, I broke down crying while saying this to myself, because I never felt like that. But when you take the time out to really sit and face yourself, whether that's really literally physically looking at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself these positive things about yourself, despite all the negative shit that you've been through that made you hate yourself or that made you choose to do something wrong, when you speak those positivities into your life, it hurts. Want to know why it hurts? Because you're not used to hearing that. You're not used to feeling that about yourself, because you have not faced yourself, because of the people that turned you away from yourself. And when you get turned away from yourself, it's just like you get lost. And after that, I started to like go through the change. Like, my confidence started to boost. Like, I had acne. Y'all think this is something? Nah. If you seen those videos from back then, damn, like, my skin was breaking out because I was so stressed. I was going through a lot with my mom, and it was just a lot. And y'all, when you really sit down and face yourself, I faced myself with my insecurities. I used to tell people, no, I'm not insecure about nothing. That's because I would never let nobody see that. But I used to be insecure. I used to be insecure about my hair. Look, I cut it all off. I'm rocking it short. With my curly nappy hair. Well, it's not really nappy, but you get what I'm saying. I was insecure about my hair. I was insecure about my height. I was insecure about my feet. I was insecure about my feet. I was insecure about my boobs. I was insecure about my body. But I would never face myself for it, because I felt like I just couldn't, because I would just hate myself even more. But I did it. When I faced myself about the things that I did not like about myself, or the things that I did in the past that were wrong towards people, when I faced myself and forgave myself and said, look, Layla, sit your ass down. We're going to talk about what you did. What you did, it is okay. It's not okay to do, but we all make mistakes. The most important thing that you can do from making a mistake is learn from it. When you learn from that mistake and move past it and improve, it's okay. Just do not make it again. Don't make it again. Don't put yourself back in that position to make that same mistake again. You know what I'm saying? You get where I'm going with this. Sometimes you just need to sit down and face yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself a hug. Cry to yourself. Write to yourself. Make a letter to yourself, okay? Write a letter to yourself, because you have to face you at the end of the day. You sleep with you. Even if you're sleeping next to somebody, you sleep with you. You wake up with you. Even if you wake up next to somebody, you still wake up with you. You walk with you. Even if you're walking with somebody, you are walking with you. You are with you more than anybody. So you have to face yourself, love yourself, heal yourself, work on yourself for you, because you are always with you. Nobody else but you is always with you, besides God. Throw that in there, okay? You are always with you. You are never not with you. Even when you don't feel like you are connected to even when you feel like you're not connected to yourself, you are still with you. Trust me. You just don't feel that connection, but you are always with you. So face yourself. Face your fears within yourself. Face your insecurities. Face your hurt. Face your doubt. Face your pain. And heal it. Conquer it. Sit with it. Think about it. Feel it. Hone it in and let it go. 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 Just let it go, right? Topic number 5, triggers. We all get triggered. We get triggered by our friends. We get triggered by our teachers. We get triggered by ourselves. We get triggered by the shit that I'm saying. We get triggered by Instagram posts. We get triggered by many things, okay? But when you are triggered, that is not nobody else's problem but yours. That person is not purposely triggered. I mean, some people do purposely trigger, but even if they are, pay it no mind because it's within you, right? Pay it no mind, it is within you. So when somebody is purposely triggering you, ignore them, focus on you, because the trigger is within you. It does not affect them, it affects you, right? So when you get triggered, instead of reacting in a way that like, you triggered me and woo, 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 or you go off somewhere and cry, or you never speak to that person again. No. Take a moment, ask yourself, why does this trigger me? What about it triggered me? What part of myself do I need to work on to fix this trigger so I won't get triggered again? Right? And that's what journaling comes into play. When somebody triggers you, and I know some of us turn off, I know I turn off. When I get triggered, I get quiet and I get to myself and I just go within myself. If you don't want to be around that person no more, be like, hey, it's not your fault, it's not your problem, but I low-key just kind of got triggered just now. I'm gonna talk to you later because that's something I need to work on within myself. I'm gonna go deal with it. If that person's not understanding, like I said in the last video, it ain't nothing, cut that bitch off, snip snip, oh, snip snip. But somebody that's for you and somebody that's not purposely trying to trigger you, they're gonna understand. They're 9 times out of 10 going to apologize because they are not trying to trigger you. Some people are going to give you a fake apology. Still take it. Just thank you for understanding and go along about your business. Walk away, go along about your business and work on it within yourself. Go touch some grass, go meditate on it, go cry about it, go write, go say, hey, this really hurt me. What is, for me, I'm gonna just say my name, Layla, this really hurt us. Why? I'll get the answer. The first voice, when you hear that voice in your head, listen to it. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. I mean, unless you hear multiple voices. Hey. But you know that your intuition, you know what I'm saying. Why did this trigger me, Layla? The first thing that comes to your mind, that is your answer. Write it. Start moving that pen. Or talking to yourself out loud. So what if people think you're crazy? I don't care. You shouldn't care either, because everybody live in their own world. And if somebody's trying to live in your world, well, bitch, this is what we do. We talk to ourselves because we need to get to the bottom of why I'm feeling triggered, because I work with myself. I live with myself. So I need to help myself get past this trigger so I can continue to go about my day. You know what I'm saying? So can't nobody judge you but God, and God ain't judging you. So if somebody trying to judge you, oh well, let them judge. So talk to yourself out loud if you don't want to journal. Talk to your voice memo on your phone if you don't want to journal. Talk to yourself, baby. Okay? And really just ask yourself, like, why does this trigger me, Layla? How can I heal from this? What can I do that'll make me feel better so the next time this pop up, I won't feel triggered again? And the responses that you get, work on them, because it does not change overnight. But work on them. Progress and patience is key. The 2 P's: progress and patience. Progress, patience, patience, and persistence. The 3 P's: progress, patience, and persistence. Progress, patience, and persistence. Progress, patience, and persistence. That's what you need when you are healing, okay? When you are triggered and you're trying to figure out what triggered you, you need patience, persistence, and progress. Persistence equals progress. Patience plus persistence equals progress. Patience plus persistence equals progress. Okay? And that's how you continue to heal from those triggers. You work on them. You write, talk to yourself. Whatever answer that you get, you work on those answers. You circle back, journal again, talk to yourself again, voice memo again, whatever you choose to do. You get those answers and you work on them. Slowly but surely, it'll happen. Just gotta be patient and persistent so you can get that progress. Topic 6, right? Topic 6. Being okay with not being okay. Okay, so when you are doing shadow work and you are healing, not all the time you're going to be okay afterwards. You're going to be not okay, and that's okay. That is okay to be not okay, because you are healing, you are working towards it, and you're human, and it's okay to not be okay. Say if you're in class, you just got done doing some shadow work before you got to class, but you know that emotion is still kind of lingering because you're still trying to process it. You're sitting there and you're just not okay. Somebody asks you, hey, are you okay? And you go, yeah, I'm fine. No, that is not the answer anymore. The answer is, no, I'm not okay, but I'm going to be. Thank you for asking. That is our new response. If somebody asks you if you're okay and you're not okay, stop lying. Be straight up. I'm not okay, but I'm going to be okay. That person might offer you a hug that you may need, because God may have sent that person to really come help you heal you. You know what I'm saying? Because God do send people to help us heal. So he probably sent that person to come give you a hug, because hugging is healing. He may have sent that person to come give you a word of encouragement and guidance. So be honest. No, I'm not okay, but I'm going to be. They're going to say, okay, I hope you feel better. Would you like a hug? Or they may share a word of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to not be okay. Embody that. Embrace that. It is okay. It is okay to be sad. It is okay to show emotions. And that's what people need to really, truly understand. It is okay to not be okay. And that's all right. That one, it's okay, baby. You're not okay, and it's okay. Because it is okay to not be okay. And the more you learn and understand that, the more healing becomes like, not a breeze, but it becomes a breeze. Because it's just like, I'm not okay right now, but I'm going to be okay. And I'm working on it. That puts you in a positive shift to become more okay. You know what I'm saying? If you get it, you get it. If you don't, let it sit. Repeat it. Rewatch it. Rewind. Play it back. Because you're going to get it. Okay. That is the end of my advice towards self-healing and shadow work, right? But before we end this, I want to do this little exercise that I was reading on. Y'all know how I said I had a shadow workbook. I finished that shadow workbook. The stuff that I gave y'all wasn't in a book. It was from stuff that I learned personally. A little bit of the stuff in the book. This last thing that I want to do, I got from out the book. And it's writing a letter to your younger self. You know, sometimes we go through things in our past that are stuck in our unconscious mind that we need to heal from when we were kids. What the fuck? That we need to heal from when we were kids, that we've been through when we didn't feel safe, we didn't feel secure, we didn't feel loved. And your younger self needs to feel that love. Especially when you're healing and going through your shadow work journey, it's more so you talking to your younger self and not your current self. Sometimes we do talk to our current self, but we are mostly talking to our younger self. Now, before the camera cut off from the 30-minute mark of recording, that is what we're going to do. So get a paper, get a pen or pencil, whatever. It don't have to be 5 pages. It can be whatever you want it to be. And we're finna write this letter, okay, friend? So I'm going to get my journal and my pen. This is my journal. I had this for a long ass time now. Got my pen. And we're going to write a letter to our younger self. You can write whatever you want, however you want to write it. We're going to do it together. I mean, you're probably not going to do it with me, because this is probably going to be like, I'm going to write and then I'm going to fast forward it. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So, but we're going to do it together at the end of the day. So make sure you get your paper, get your pen, pause the video if you need to, and come back. I might do like 1 page long or something. I don't know. Whatever you want to write, that's what you write, because that's what I'm going to do. Should I write it like here? Oh, right here. Okay, so I'm done with that. And I need a moment to myself. It's so weird crying in front of a camera. I mean, I've done it before. Let me not act brand new. But it does bring some tears. You do kind of shed a little waterwork. But I hope this video is very healing for you. I'm sending you love, peace, and prosperity. I hope you grow with me on this journey with YouTube. I hope you improve your whole lifestyle because of the advice from this video. I hope this makes you scream, little Layla, I love you, and we're gonna conquer the world together. Whatever your name is, it put that into it. And we're gonna conquer the world together. We're gonna do whatever we want to do. We're gonna play however we want to play. We're gonna laugh however we want to laugh. We're gonna eat however we want to eat. I used to get in trouble for how I used to eat. Who the fuck? Like what? So, you know, little stuff like that goes a long way, because those little traumas really impact us. So it's not always the big traumas. It's really always the little stuff, like me eating salad and I bite the fork too hard and I get in trouble for that. That would make me really conscious about how I eat in public, you know. And I feel like that's why a lot of us, like when we eat in front of guys, we, because of what we were taught growing up. So break those curses, friend. I love you. I wish I can give you a hug, virtual hug. Hug yourself. This is me hugging you. And that's you hugging you also, don't forget. I love you. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye.